Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Pownal Planning Commission to order on Tuesday, October 21st, 2010 at 7:05. Approval of the agenda first, so if people want to look at the agenda and see.
I put the potential members back on because we hadn't heard anything whether Blake was going to join us or not. So
Okay,
that's why I put that back on.
He would
Okay.
actually like to come, and I wasn't sure who all would be here, and I thought as
Okay.
they first go around, this might not be representative,
Okay.
so I wanted
Okay.
to give him the benefit of the doubt and let him see what a
Okay.
real meeting is
So
like.
Okay.
that's why I
Yeah,
put it
okay.
on just to.
where did you put this?
I put it down under
Oh, potential
7B,
members, yeah, okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
just so when we did it.
right,
but-
okay. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
No.
I mean, the agenda?
I move to, approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay. Let's look at the minutes for the October 16th meeting.
September 16th.
Did I say that wrong? Yes, I did. Thank you.
It's okay.
That's it. Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the minutes for the
Second.
16th.
All those in, any discussion?
No?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
I abstain.
Okay. Okay, so those minutes are approved. Okay, then we had a special meeting on September 23rd. Motion to approve?
I approve the minutes. I move to approve the minutes of the 23rd.
Okay, second?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay. I'd sort of like to add for the official record of thanking Bill Botzel for his letter of support that's mentioned in here. And probably should also add that the application was sent and we're now waiting to find out if we get the grant or not.
Do we know what the time frame is on that?
No, but I emailed Natalie
Mhm.
today, and she said something about probably late December, early the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So it'll be a while, and I'll in a further part, I'll tell you what she said we might do in the interim.
Okay, that would be great to know. I was under the impression we were going to see something from her before that went out. She was going to prove something, and then there was an exchange of some emails, and then I never saw anything after that, if my memory serves me.
Okay, and I don't know, because I was out of town.
Right. Okay. Well.
Your memory serves you correct because I hadn't seen anything yet either. So
And
But
were you under
we
the
were-
impression that she was going
that
to be
we were
sending
going to get
something?
something,
Yeah.
but I hadn't received anything at all.
Okay. And I don't know if she
So
was sending it to all the members or to Sid or.
And I don't know that
Yeah,
either. And my
okay.
sense is that if it went to Sid, he would have shared it, I think. but,
if he's checking email, yeah,
oh, yeah, he's probably doing that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me go back and find my agenda.
Did we
Okay.
all approve that?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Well, no.
I know Doreen abstained.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I do.
and there are no guests tonight, so you
Before
wanna
or
do
after?
the mail?
I
You want me
want-
to sign?
Yes, both of them, please.
Okay.
And I have for mail. Okay. I'll leave this one for last. 'cause you're gonna talk about it. Okay, I have notice from the town of Williamstown. That Mr. Guntlow had applied for a permit. And they had for a continuance of an extension of a nonconformity in the development relief for strict for creation of a parking lot for 10 spaces in order to accommodate a new mixed-use building at 63 North Street. And I did get another one from Williamstown, which I thought was interesting, that the Greylock Canine Club was applying for a special permit for a dog daycare and overnight boarding business at 1099 New Ashford Road. And then they're gonna do Solar City Inc. and President Trustee of Williams College for an appeal for administrator decision of the building inspector, which will determine a 500 kW solar photovoltaic system.
Photovoltaic.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Is there?
To be located at 835 Simmons Road. For Williams.
we're
Where's the-
setting the pace, I guess.
Something.
That's what I said. I was like,
Yeah.
I was excited.
Where is North Street? First of all, the first thing that Gutlow asked for. Where is North Street?
In Williamstown?
Yeah.
I don't know.
North Street, I don't know.
Well, it's.
Is it part of Route 2 or 7 and they call it different things in different areas?
Yes, yes.
That's so confusing.
Well,
Every town does that.
I'm thinking where it's at, probably, just a parking lot for 10.
Right, but for what
Yeah.
business is that? I'm just trying to place it.
Yeah.
I know they have a
I don't
place,
know, 6.
Gutlow's have an architecture office or something up on 7 right before the circle,
Right.
right before the
Oh.
rotary,
Well,
up
it'd
on
be
the
where
right.
The old
Oh,
park,
okay.
the park across from the town garage. The
On
parking
Water
lot.
Street?
No, that's on, no, not town garage, but where the parking building is in Williamstown.
Oh,
Where the
okay.
old restaurant was, and they put a parking lot in there for Clark
Oh, okay, yes.
yeah.
with
Yeah.
the grass instead
Yeah,
of
with grass
hot
to
top.
park on, yeah.
I think it's south of that. That's North Street in there. Just
Oh,
as you-
okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have
Clone Press.
the link to October 2014 from VLCT. And there was a little bit of information on the open meeting law for that. Oh, and then a public hearing for October 16th for Williamstown, which we passed, which is the same, pretty much.
Was that relative to the other two? Is that, when you
Yes.
mean the same? Okay.
Yes, sorry. And then I got an email from Richard Amor, a planning coordinator for the strategies for revitalization.
Okay.
And then I think I emailed it to you guys because it was all the things for the village destinations that they want us to work on again. And then I got a thing from the Vermont Agency of Natural Resource that state government municipal day is November 13th. And they're at 8 a.m. to 4:15. And I'm not for sure where it is. Oh, it's gonna be, lunch is gonna be by the New England Culinary Institute, but it didn't say exactly where it is.
Okay.
And then my last thing, I got the email for the South of Route 9 Integrated Resource Project invitation for comments. And the comment period is gonna end November 13th. And that, you said you got a packet
Yeah,
on.
I actually attended some meeting at some point about this. Not that I know a whole lot about forestry. And so because of that, I'm on their email list. So I got not only the invitation for comment, and this is from the United States Department of Agriculture, but this is a major forestry project they're doing down south of Route 9.
Right.
And it involves a lot of state land, some federal land, and some private land. And I actually have the report and got copies of the maps of the things that they're projecting. So what I'll do is I'll leave that with you, and if there's anybody who wants to look at them and make some comments in terms of that process, you know, they have to be done by November 11th.
Now, their main thing, this project south of Route 9, is to ecologically pull wood out of the forest, to preserve the generations and to harvest.
It's to manage it wisely, and I think in addition to that, there might be recreational uses and things like that. But how to manage this area to sustain wildlife and to, you know, to do it in a way that supports the environment and creates a healthy forest, etc.
Okay.
But I just got
Route
this.
9 is basically Pownal.
Right,
Yeah,
at
south of
Bennington,
nine. Yeah,
and Pownal.
Stamford maybe is
Yeah.
part of
Right.
it. Yeah.
Parts
So
of
it's-
Woodford,
it's-
perhaps.
yeah.
I'll take
And
a look at it.
and I think there are. I mean, the meeting I was at, there were some foresters and stuff from Pownal who were in attendance at that meeting. So I'm assuming they're gonna make
Was that
more
the one we
salient
met at the
comments.
school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
I went to
We
that.
met
When we
for
met
that
at the school. Maybe you didn't sign the paper. I put my name down.
I never did one.
That was an initial meeting like a year ago or so, right?
It-
At the school. It was a
was
while
it that
ago.
long?
Yeah,
It was a while
It was
ago.
a few
Yeah.
months ago.
Yeah.
Back
Just
in
a
the
few-
spring,
So,
maybe.
yeah.
Oh,
Early
was it this
spring.
year? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Too far to remember.
so this is the, and it was interesting because in the past, you could challenge what they did after they did it, but now this process is to give people input to the project before they actually finalize it, instead of appealing it after it's done.
Well, it
Which
would be a lot
makes some-
easier this
yeah,
way, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
So I thought that was interesting and a positive change.
mm-hmm.
And that was the last of your mail?
Yes.
Okay. Our zoning administrator is not here tonight. You don't have a report. He didn't send you a report.
I have his report.
Okay.
I can tell you, or
Okay.
we can wait until.
Well, what is the pleasure of this board?
Let's hear the report.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell us
Yeah.
what he has.
Yeah.
Okay, for 9/14, he received 5 applications. 5 were granted, 3 were verifications, 1 addition, and 1 lot line adjustment, which was forwarded to the DRB. And then his status says work on planning grant, a couple of calls on trash, questions on sign sizes, questions from track folks, example, North Pownal store rebuild, and then usual calls on miscellaneous items, questions on permit needs.
I'm not sure what that last one is.
Right.
Do I have to do this to get this to kind
Oh.
of guidance thing?
Oh, okay.
That-
Okay.
And no further word on the potential developers at the track.
No, however, I do know that the gentleman Scott, was it,
Scott Weicker.
from Connecticut,
Mhm.
had come up and asked about permits for alcohol sales. He wanted to know if they were still grandfathered,
Interesting.
and we told him no, we didn't think so. That he'd have to apply to the state. So we gave him all the state information. So that they are working on something.
Actually,
Per
they've done a
se.
pretty good cleanup job down there. Got everything mowed.
Oh, yeah?
If you go take a look, you'll see the pond is, you can see the finish, they've mowed down to the pond and done all the grounds. I know one Pownal boy is working there for a Massachusetts contractor, so they've done quite a bit of work in there. Not anything, you know, in the building, I'm not sure, but
Right.
on the grounds they've been working on.
But the aesthetics.
Do you know for a fact that they are now the 51%?
No, I don't.
Right.
But Nelson says yes, so I'll take Nelson's word. Because I questioned a couple of people that work there, and they said, no, that wasn't the case. So I named the names, I said, well, Nelson, so-and-so, so he said, oh, don't listen to those guys. So I assume they've got the control. I've seen Scott a couple of times, he's in and out, but,
It's just so curious to me how they could so glibly say we'll just get a waiver on the decibel level, and they could just so easily, in their mind anyway, go around a town statute that is a noise situation to keep the noise decibel level. There's a known level, and when that was brought up to him, he said, "Well, I'll just get a waiver."
He got a waiver?
He
or-
says, "I'll just get a waiver." I mean, he was
Oh,
when I asked the
right,
question when we met
right.
him.
Okay, yeah.
That was his answer right away. I'll just get a waiver. On a weekly basis. I could understand, once a
An
season or
event,
something,
right,
an event. But
And especially
Yeah.
given that the noise level coming from there has already been a community issue.
right,
Yeah.
and I think we ain't seen nothing yet, from what I understand.
well, the boy that was working down there, he said they were talking about cleaning an area where the last big concert they had, the Lollapalooza, that's where they built their stage.
Sure.
And it would be in the paddock area, it would be to this side of the building. If you
To the
look
left,
down,
south
to the left
side.
side,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he said they were talking about going there. Also, they were looking at another area to egress the place, which would be going through the sawmill. They have a right of way through the sawmill.
Oh,
So they'd go out onto the 346?
Well, if they, no, they'd have to stay on the other side of the railroad tracks. I mean, assuming that a train blocked the racetrack
Oh,
Oh, okay.
at something, and they could go out through the sawmill and go around Northwest Hill, be on the other side of the train tracks.
That would be so precipitous for traffic,
Well, it's just an emergency.
It's an-
only,
yeah.
Just an
get an
emergency.
Yeah.
ambulance in or
Right.
Sure,
out,
understood.
So
Okay.
that would be,
Oh, right.
Right,
it wouldn't be
okay.
totally
blocked
landlocked
off,
there.
yeah.
So.
But the train does seem like an issue for them if you're getting in the main entrance, because when the train passes, what happens to the traffic?
I
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone because
Yeah.
the railroad's going to be a big problem.
Right. So that just might be the answer right there.
Well, when they go through their Act 250 hearing for traffic,
Right.
that'll be a big hearing because that was the one that caused the most grief with Lollapalooza.
Well, I know they're thinking about what the adjacent parking lots and then busing them to reduce the local traffic to
traffic.
that degree. But I guess we're going to see.
Well, the bottleneck is Field Park. I mean, traffic out 346 goes smoothly. There's no lights. Back to Bennington, it goes smoothly. In the old days of the racetrack, and now they've changed the Field Park. It used to be you went up and took a left.
That's
Now
right.
you have
Now
to
it's
go
the
around.
roundabout.
Yeah.
It all have to go around. So it's
Uh-huh.
quite an interesting concept from 40 years ago. That's a mess. Assuming most of the traffic
And
will
if the
come
theater
from there.
festival's letting out at the same time.
Well, if you go to these
Yeah.
concerts, they don't all let out at the
No.
same time. You,
Right.
Tanglewood lets
Yeah.
you in and they stay. And,
Right.
right,
these smart boys,
They're-
I mean, they're not dummies.
right.
Right,
They've,
right,
they've
right.
handled this kind of thing before, yeah.
Right.
Had you heard anything on the clinic that
Yes, I did actually. They are definitely moving forward.
What's this?
This is
Oh.
the hospital is going to put a satellite here.
Right.
Down near
yeah.
Tornabeans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
good.
little stakes are in the ground.
They've
yeah.
actually got the land,
That's good news.
and they will start building in the spring, from what I hear. And at this time next year, it should be up.
Wow,
Good.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's very good.
yes.
Yeah. So
Did anybody ever take advantage of the scrap metal offering?
I was asking at the beginning, I have no idea, does anybody have
A
any idea?
lot of people take the numbers down.
Yeah.
I've got one posted at the store, and it's definitely was
Uh-huh,
worth doing.
yeah,
It made it easy for somebody, you know, just to have a conversation about who takes what.
what, yeah,
Generally, a lot of people in town are knowledgeable about what dealers take just cars, what just takes this.
Right.
And,
but the signs are still up, and,
no.
yeah,
they're
so,
Okay.
I did, I'll pass this around. I did talk to, or not talk to, we played email. I contacted Natalie with Landworks to, now that the grant is in and, there's a wait time to find out if we received the grant or not. I was asking her if there were things that we should be sort of focusing on or doing now while waiting. And she has, the suggestions that are on here. And, I thought we could probably all look at the different sections and sort of bring to the next meeting the answers to these questions about which sections to really prioritize and in terms of need and what new information we need to gather and stuff, and some of that might be able to be done ahead of time.
I think this would be great maybe to email out to everybody so that they would be prepared
Right.
for the next meeting to do this.
yeah.
And in relation to this, should we wait a month to have a meeting, or should we have a meeting based upon this in a shorter amount of time?
Well, we can go back to
To the bi-monthly,
right,
no,
or the
semi-monthly,
2, where we do the
Yeah.
first, was it the first and third? First and third.
yeah.
We still can do that
Mm-hmm.
if we want to.
We could certainly do it for next month.
Right,
We could
yeah.
certainly do it, this,
Yeah.
if this goes out,
Yeah.
maybe this week, and then people
Uh-huh.
could get their thoughts together, and then we
Right.
could plan.
So we would
So
just
it
go
would,
through
it would be
the current.
the current plan by section.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
So
I
what-
think the next meeting would be, we're at the 16th
Oh.
now?
No, we wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't be able to do the 1st November, that is election day.
That is
That's
true,
November 4th,
yeah,
and I work all day.
and
as
I
a
do
bear.
too.
So, but we could do a different day.
We
you
could
know
do
what
a
I mean?
different day, or we
Special
could do,
one, do the following
we could do the
week.
27th,
This,
this,
oh, I was gonna say.
what,
hold on.
of
No,
this month?
Monday, the 27th.
Is that, oh, that's Monday,
That's a
the
Monday,
28th.
28th.
The 28th of this month,
I can't do either day,
okay.
personally.
Well, shall we just move it to the second Tuesday in November? And then that would be a regular meeting, and then at that meeting decide if we want another one in November?
Right, ordinarily, we'd be meeting the 18th.
Yes.
Of November.
Of
November.
November, right.
So
Right,
then the
because
special
the-
meeting, you're suggesting possibly for the 11th.
Which is Veterans Day, is that all right?
It's all right for
Okay with
me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Well,
checking.
Or,
No, no,
I mean,
no,
it,
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it might
You know
be
what I mean?
fine to wait, I mean, that's only 1 week, to go ahead and just do our regular meeting on the 18th,
Yeah.
and at that point, decide if we need to start
Fine?
doing double meetings again.
But we can work on this
We
and
can
then
work,
bring
bring
something.
ideas up on this
Mhm.
to the meeting on the 18th,
Okay, so bring on the 18th.
okay? Because according to Natalie, it would be December, probably maybe January, before we find out word about the grant. Any other business?
So
Or do
we-
you want to talk about the potential members? You want to just, the official statement about what we said before we started?
Oh. In terms of Blake Traceri,
Yeah.
he is interested
Okay,
in taking a look at what it is. So
Mhm.
wasn't sure, whether Mike or Sid would be here tonight, and
Right.
what type of meeting we'd have. So if he wants to take a look, see, I'd like him to see,
us actually
yeah,
looking and stuff, right,
more of the members. So
Right.
that was just me taking, making that judgment.
right,
So,
So we should
certainly
send
for the
out an
next week.
invitation to him to attend the November 18th meeting.
And I could certainly extend that to him.
Okay.
That could be on the agenda, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And should this email that you received from Natalie circulate so everybody gets to see that, and
Yes,
that we
I'll pass that on
and
to
we
everybody.
and we is that something that you would do or Julie would do?
I'll pass it on to you electronically,
Okay.
and you can just attach it to the minutes when you send them out ahead
Okay.
of time.
Happened to us.
If there's no other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Sure.
Okay.
Second.
Lovely.
Who seconded?
I get Rick.
Rick's good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
7:30.
Okay. Opposed? Nobody's opposed, okay. All right.
Well done, you.
Well done.
Nice.
Wow, you're really getting it together
To be
here.
on
Ah.
roll.
The hang
I
of it.
want to pass it back though to Sid.